Wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary politico, my ego don't come, this man not the off in mind, my ego don't come,
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Máyégún máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún diary politico.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Mayegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Thank you. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, like I said. Like the broadcast. Subscribe if you haven't, right? And then sit back, relax, and enjoy this conversation tonight. This is Mayegun live.
àní ẹ̀sùn rájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádùn rẹ̀,
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o,
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa bí.
Out of this interview, you can take me out of this interview so that you can have a free day. Congratulations. Congratulations for doing your job.
Yeah, please.
Congratulations for doing your job. One of those politicians who want to public domain. It is important to note that.
Mr. Fayose, can we make progress?
Thank you.
This is not a dialogue. This is a conversation.
I'm with you.
Yes, this is a
It's
program.
a conversation. And let him not get personal.
Yes,
Let
Mr.
him not
Fayose.
get personal.
No,
This is his
it's
way.
okay. It's okay. Our job is to ask you questions to respond.
Ruben, I told you yesterday, and I mentioned Oseni's name particularly why I avoid Arise Television, and you assured me that you are going to it in a way. Oseni cannot do his job. Go for my personality on my
Jesus.
television. I will give you.
Àwọn ọlọ́pàá máa kó anybody lẹ́nu.
Thank you. Share this broadcast if you haven't. This is us about to start. Obedient, if you are watching me, they are about to arrest Peter Obi and Ahmed Datti because APC Ekweremadu believes that they are capable of encouraging you to rise up and shut down the country after Datti said, handing over power to Tinubu, swearing in or inaugurating Tinubu and Shettima as president and vice president in Nigeria on the 29th of May 2023 will tantamount to handing over to military. That was heavy. Now, there is something I want to quickly point out. Do you know that since Datti made that statement yesterday in a lengthy TV interview, he said that Tinubu will never be president, and if they should make him one, democracy would die that day. Whatever that means. Festus Keyamo or fraudsters Keyamo has been the only one who has kind of put pen to paper asking the agency of government to arrest Obi and Datti ASAP for incitement and treasonable felony. Others, the way they will attack, I told you these guys are a bunch of cowards anyway, right? I've told you that many times. Lagos Abobakuzo, Oshogbu Alimajiri, the crump eaters, the crump chasers, the ass lickers, the all-risers, the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, their uncles and aunties, Abrodian Buhari idiots, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lectures, the Mumu lectures, and the rest of them. They are a bunch of cowards. You know why? In Nigeria, there is no one Nigeria. Okay, there are many Nigerias, and in Nigeria, since Buhari of APC Ekweremadu came to power, they have shown us our places. Everybody knows your place in Nigeria today, except for those who are like kind of living in denial, trying to make themselves or take themselves or kind of see themselves as more than what APC Buhari has kind of shown us. If you are Fulani in Nigeria, seriously, if you know your way, you are more protected and safer according to the APC Ekweremedu's policy. Even if you are a Fulani terrorist, you have immunity. If you are from northern Nigeria, there is a mentality that they are superior. Even the southerners will say, no, don't believe them. They are the way Nigeria is set up. Then in southern Nigeria, they see also what? They still segregate us. If you see the Igbos, in Nigeria context, Igbos are possibly third or fourth class citizens in Nigeria. They can't be president. There is an unwritten rule. No, they can't. Even if they can't vote for who they want without being killed. They would be told who to support, who to vote for. If they go against that, that is setting them off. Other people can do whatever they want in Nigeria, not Igbos. I'm saying this because that's true. And APC, Egbe should not start very well. As much as the Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram, have put Nigeria on the map of the terrorist country in the world. In Nigeria, there is no court trying any terrorist for any terrorism in Nigeria. Rather, Operation Safe Corridor put in place secretly, no law backed it, right? To give the captured or surrendered terrorists the free backdoor way into the society to do more. Nobody enjoys that privilege in Nigeria other than the northerners and the terrorists that this elite are sponsoring there. I'm not making this up, it's true. But if you try what they are getting away with in northern Nigeria, in southern Nigeria, then you will start seeing python dancing, snakes singing, lion roaring, looking for who are those people trying to stop and disturb the peace of Nigeria. That is to tell you that our citizenship are pretty much like defined. So Ahmed Datti, hang on. Obi said, I won. They said, go to court. And it's okay, yeah, I'll go to court and prove it. So he went to court. Then they now said, Obi is trying to delegitimize a rigged election. Remember they told him to go to court. Abi? He now said, listen, these are my evidence that this person should be in jail, not contested for president. These are evidence I have. The rigged places and what they have done here. The response of APC Ekweremadu was that every time Obi appear on TV, he seems to be riling the base of the angry Nigerians that they rigged. They wanted you to go away. That's why they told you to go to court. When somebody steals from you, and he tells you to go to court, can't you know that his brother is going to be the judge? Of course, his brother is the judge. That's why he's so confident to tell you to go to court. So he went to court. Going to court, has now turned to incitement. So initially, when Obi granted interview, they were everywhere, foaming in the mouth, right? Spreading their vile, divisive narrative, threats, including killings. They were not giving up. Then Ahmed Datti spoke. This bunch of cowards, they couldn't even mention his name. You know he's from the north. Abi, Ahmed Datti is from the north. Abi, he's the only person that can say anything and nothing. As I've seen so far, nothing. Even the Tifnubu ass lickers, they no bond them well. That's you. Except for Food Kayode. You know that one no get sense. You know? Except for Food Kayode, who doesn't really say anything meaningful other than to attack and throw all kind of vile things. But you see those ones who are always like tsunami biting doggy, paper tigers. If them want you will show your face. If them want you will show all that stuff, they don't bond them well to mention Ahmed Datti. That's what I have observed though. I'm not sure if it's completely true to some of you. I have observed that. So Keyamo approached the court to tell them, to approach DSS, not courts. Festus, when Obi was on a TV interview not long ago, right? The APC said DSS should warn all the media houses in Nigeria to stop granting interview to Peter Obi. Because everything he's saying is lying and it can cause problem in Nigeria, including problem for Igbos who are living outside the Igbo land. They threatened Igbos. DSS didn't do anything yet. Then Ahmed Datti says something. Isn't it better for you to see what Datti said before we now go on to the Keyamo fraudsters, Keyamo's petition? The people that are throwing divisive rhetorics, threatening people, telling people to leave their land and go back to their region, as usual, they are accusing others of doing same. But I bet some of them who actually watched the interview of that guy. I don't know how many of you who saw the interview. I'm not bringing the full interview. I'll give you a segment of it. Just listening all through. The manner of and then the confidence at which Datti was talking about what would happen and other stuff. Something that quite probably shattered Otobo and the rest. That wow, we are battling illegitimacy first. They said that Peter Obi added Tifnumbu's past drug dealing to the election petition tribunal is because Peter Obi wanted to destroy Nigeria, embarrass Nigeria abroad, expose everything about Nigeria in order to make Nigeria become a ridiculed country. That's what they said, though. They said because he brought the drug, heroin, and money laundering case, crime, conviction of Tifnumbu. So, before, if you attack Tifnumbu, as they will say it, if you expose or criticize him or say anything about Tifnumbu, they will say you are attacking Lagos. Later, they switched it to, if you criticize Tifnumbu, you are enemy of Yoruba. Abi? Now, it is about to metamorphose to everybody trying to expose Kolu is the enemy of Nigeria. Same pattern, the same workbook, the same thing they played on behalf of Buhari. Remember, if you say Buhari is incompetent, sick, corrupt, dictatorial, tyrannical, they will say all these things you are saying is because you hate Nigeria. Now they are about to play the card. And I think this is what triggered it. The credit for this video clip, this part, is for the channel's television. All right. So, and then if you really want to see the full conversation, I would say you should go to their YouTube channel and you can watch the entire interview. But this part is what prompted Otobo to petition DSS that they have to arrest Obi and arrest Datti before they start war in Nigeria. I told you that after the 25th of February, what could have happened was that the moment the tsunami that swept through the political space of Nigeria, if they allowed it to have happened, Obi would have defeated them, one, and that would have triggered a reprisal, a sort of an ethnic-laced attack. Something that happened in Lagos would have started from the northern Nigeria. This was part of the post-election sort of expectations. Then they rigged him to third place so that he won't even have the courage to challenge them. Now he's challenging them. And they call it Nigeria is about to have or experience constitutional crisis. I'll let him speak first. Then we'll do our analysis afterward. Datti. And again, quick one. Please pay attention to every word he is saying. And then go back to what I said, that the privilege of coming from northern Nigeria, the privilege of belonging to their northern elites as well, the same privilege that nobody has in the same southern Nigeria, in southern Nigeria. Please pay attention to the words. He was being very careful and then straightforward as well. Listen.
Your own view of the outcome of the presidential election.
Sad, unfortunate, tragic. All promises that were made, dashed, failed, hopes dashed. On a Wednesday before that Saturday, we attended the signing ceremony in which the INEC chairman so bravely spoke and in which Mr. President also spoke. We should have known better. We always know better. But when you are dealing with authority, you have, and you're a law-abiding citizen, your only option is to continue to have hope. Well, we've been having hopes for 8 years now. Promise after promise was failed. They promised beavers will work on Wednesday. They switched it off on Saturday. They promised electronic transmission on Wednesday. They failed it on Saturday. Mr. President said all he could, but all we have to do is to look at their antecedents and just come out and say the truth. These are people who just practically do not even know what they are promising. They promised better security for Nigeria. 8 years now have not been able to. Better economy, no. Fight corruption. Nigeria is the most corrupt era for Nigeria now. And therefore, if they failed to deliver the credible elections that they promised, it should come as little wonder to us. However, they are still calling it a credible election, which reinforces my belief that, clinically speaking, they don't even know what they're doing. They just say things in the air. Credibility, they have honor, they have zero honor, they say they have honor. They force people to say that they are leaving behind a legacy. What legacy are you leaving behind with all the poor state that Nigeria is in? That is my view. But let's keep that aside and go to what is really facing Nigeria now, if you would. Can I go ahead?
Yeah. Just, I'd like to just get one or two things off the table. You mentioned this. It looks to me that you generalize the issues. But Nigerians would like to know in what areas that you have your disappointment about the process. Is it with INEC? Is it with the beavers? Did the beavers work, or was it the IRF? Because a lot of people will say maybe the beavers worked, but the IRF, the transmission of result, was the problem. Where do you think that the promises did not match the performance?
The arrogant INEC chairman and the incompetent president of Nigeria, I'm very, very sorry to say. The chairman should not have engaged in what he did. At the height of administrative rascality and official arrogance, sneak in the hour of 4 a.m., arrogate himself the power to interpret a section of the Constitution that needs no interpretation. Section 134 comes already interpreted, and recklessly proceed to declare and issue a certificate of return. And our dear Mr. President, who is probably paying back a promise that Tinubu extracted from him way back in 2014, when they added their money and their votes for him to become president of Nigeria way back then. And now they reminded him, you promised to give it back to us. And he has no choice than maybe, well, they promised, okay, give it to them. He could not stand for righteousness. And it is clear with this president, anything can go, and you can give it a different name. These are the places I'm disappointed in. But I really, really want us to come to what is facing Nigeria now, if you may.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and, but of course,
there are two.
Your party,
two,
just for a moment, your party had gone to court petitioning the outcome of that election. What are your expectations? And I'm asking this because your party came third. So in that sense, what are the hopes and aspirations of your party and your principal and yourself? What do you think will come out of that election? What are your prayers?
It's good we always finish qualifying what we're saying. When you say we came third according to the results released by INEC. Yes. In reality, we came first with the data, with the collated results on IREV and with our agents and everything that we have.
Have you collated that?
We have. Yes.
You've tabulated it?
Yes.
What are the figures telling you?
We won the election.
INEC declared 6 million plus for you.
Yes, but we got the highest number of votes.
By how many votes?
It's in the region of 8 million, but when the lawyers are handling that, I don't want to give a figure right now. We came first, so just to correct you, whatever we say is good, we fully clear it. Yes, we've gone to court, and the lawyers are handling it. What is facing Nigeria now? Nigeria is officially in a state of constitutional crisis. We're not realizing that yet.
What do you mean by that?
Thank you. A certificate of return has been issued to a so-called president-elect unconstitutionally. There are therefore two meanings, two interpretations, and two understandings of the declaration made. One is that one by INEC. One is that one of the people. When I said of the people is whoever can read section 134 of the Constitution and take a position, then we are entitled to our own view of what crisis is facing Nigeria now. The certificate of return issued to Alhaji Tinubu is a dud certificate. It is one certificate that breaches the provisions of section 134. Therefore, the requirements to be declared as president-elect have not been met by Tinubu Shetima ticket. The declaration, therefore, as it stands now, as far as the people of Nigeria who choose to adopt the literal, clear, interpreted meaning of section 134 is concerned, there is really no president-elect.
All right. So let's clarify.
Yes.
So section 134 suggests and puts to Nigeria.
Does not suggest, provides.
Yeah, provides what Nigerians should think about when they are electing a leader and the office of the president, and it talks about.
No, Seun, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's not what they should say when they are electing a leader. Section 134 stipulates who to be declared an issued certificate of return. It is only that candidate that has scored the highest number of votes and at least 25% in each in at least two-thirds of the states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory.
All right.
Remember,
so I thought you were going to say something different from what I was going to read.
No. Each and now it is very clear Tinubu does not have 25% in the FCT. We denied him. We got 61%. Atiku does not have 25% in the FCT. We denied both of them. By the clear, unambiguous provision of the Nigerian Constitution, which must not be breached, Tinubu has not satisfied the requirement to be declared president-elect. Accordingly, there is no president-elect for Nigeria now. I repeat, Accordingly, there is no president-elect for Nigeria at the moment because the declared one violates the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I know what I'm saying. The Constitution is there in your presence, it's available. Everybody is reading it as I speak. I'm not therefore behaving illegally or unconstitutionally. To the contrary, I am supporting constitutionality. It is in fact better for the powers that be to go and create additional 6% out of thin air and rig it back to Tinubu and therefore swear him in on 25% than to go ahead and take the risk of swearing in a so-called...
Your own view of the outcome.
I bet some of you are sitting down there like, what is he talking about? What does he mean by that? He's talking nonsense. Some will be like, he's talking nonsense. Others will be like, yes, Datti, thank you. Tell them. You can give it all interpretation you want, okay? But the bottom line is, now only if he talk like that, at least so far. Here you get somebody who is part of the system in there. Now only if he talk like that. Obi, well, maybe character or personality difference, right? Like a town hall is different. Here you get. So the first person to respond, nothing will happen. Ashiwaju will do or do major until Rufai showed up in the room. That is when Fayose became breathless. He couldn't breathe. He almost choked. He almost cried. Do you want to see that? Now, the credit for this clip is for the Arise News or Arise Television. Still on this issue of stolen election, no? And those who are confident that nothing will happen, let everybody move on. Fayose said, let's everybody move on. Election has come and gone. Let's move on. Say, no, they are not going to move on. People died. Then we'll come back to Otobos. In fact, okay, let's go to Fayose. And then we'll come back to Fayose again after seeing that of Otobos petition. Listen.
Good to see you again, Mr. Peter Fayose. Oshokomola himself, Peter the Rock. All you have said...
Thank you very much.
All you have said is a justification of continued illegality in our country. And a lot of people are taken aback because also you yourself have been secretly recorded by an army captain when you were hatching out election fraud plans yourself in 2014. And we all remember that experience. So is it that we should continue in that now? And I also like to ask you this honestly. If another person apart from Bola Tinubu you supported won this election, would you come on air and say all of these things that you're saying that people should move on without justice? You try to just rationalize what happened in Lagos. Yes, it happened in other parts of the country. But the killings, the hurts, the laceration of people's body and the likes, you know, that happened in parts of the country, but most importantly, what happened in Lagos. So should we justify this now because it favors people that you were in support of?
Can I just correct you there? I take exception to your claim that I was secretly recorded, and I take exception that nobody has proven that. Yes, I can be recorded, but nobody will ever say to you that I said you should go and rig an election. And I want to say to you, I've avoided touching on this area. When you are talking about Nigeria, let us start with the press. And let us start with your person. You recall the incident on the bus lane and you attack on the police. That shows that you, as a journalist, a public analyst, somebody who is supposed to live above board, is not equally living above board. And he that must come to equity must have clean hands. I read a lot and I listen to your comments. I feel, like I said, we need to sit back and correct a lot of things.
But you give me a right of rebuttal.
Let me go to your question again.
You give me a right of rebuttal on the bustling incident because I put it to you, sir. You don't know the full story of what happened.
Excuse me. If
you give me a right of rebuttal, and go ahead.
If you go that lane, we will not make a sense of this program. I was invited by your station. If you didn't touch something that impugns on my personality, I will not give you an answer to that. So if you're asking a question, I told Ruben about it yesterday, and I specifically complained about you and your attack on the people you don't believe in as a politician.
No, I have a right to do my job. You can't complain about me to my colleague.
Excuse me.
That's not
I am
right.
equally telling you.
That's
I know where you are. That's not right of you as well. That is technically not right of you as well. And if you want to make a sense out of this program, let us leave personal attacks, because you are good at that, and I'm equally good. If you want it, I'll serve it as well as that. So this program is meant to talk about issues of Nigeria and not issues of a person. We know where you are, we know where you belong, we know the parties you are supporting, but let's leave that out of the issue. So going by what you asked, Nigeria needs a total overhauling of leadership and followership. I have said it earlier that it is important to know since 1979, nothing has changed. People rushing to court now. Atiku has always gone to court since I knew Atiku as a politician and a contestant. Atiku went to court in 2019. The same judiciary said to the whole world that President Buhari won that election. Listen to you again, and listen to me. If we are not careful, as a commentator, we will remain on the television molding the opinion of Nigerians negatively, because that is what we want them to hear. For me, the election that brought Ahmed, Bola Tinubu, within the context of our conduct in this country is credible. It may not be the best, because you can't tell me it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu that killed the people you are mentioning. You can't tell me it was Sanwo-Olu that killed the people in Lagos. When there was an election in Ekiti, they hit me here on my back. A policeman hit me with the butt of the gun. Most of the journalists were saying Fayose has come with his drama again. I had 3 surgeries last year. I could barely walk again. But when it is good, and when it goes against people we don't want, it's the best of things that could happen. You are alive when the G5 left the PDP. You are alive when Obi left the PDP. You are alive when Kwankwanso left the PDP, and so on and so forth. You want manna to come from where? So people going to court automatically means when I go to court, the judiciary must give to you because you are complaining or because you are a complainant. Obi himself will certainly, I want to say to him, in G5 we concluded that we must support a southern presidency. That is the truth, depending on their peculiarity. And if you go to Benue, that was why Otom supported Obi in Benue. We supported Asiwaju in Ekiti. When they were talking about how did the numbers came up in Ekiti, it was us that gave it to them. Me, Ayo Fayose, was the leader of the people that supported Asiwaju and gave our own votes to him. Let me tell you why. I make it very express to you. If you tell people they don't matter, they will tell you they matter. When somebody came out, how you came out and said Tambuwa was the hero of the convention, they are now heroes of the losses. When you tell Wike, because on this television, they criticize Wike as if he's the enemy of Arise Television. I am a Wike's friend, though. I stand by him. All the propagandas does not stand the test of time. If you kick my leg, I tell you don't kick it again. If you kick it again, I will do everything to stop it. So let's leave it like that.
Okay, so Mr. Fayose, I'm going to give you a quick rebuttal. Number one, I do my job here objectively as I can.
If you give me one,
let me finish.
I will give it back to you.
Mr. Fayose, let me finish.
If you give it to
me, I have
me,
a right to respond.
I only responded.
I have a right to respond. Let me
finish. It's not personal between the two of us.
You made it personal, so I have a right to respond.
It's not personal.
Okay, so
between the two of us, you can take me out of this.
Mr. Fayose, I have a right to respond. I do my job
out of this interview so that you can have a free day. Congratulations.
Political party.
Congratulations for doing your job.
Yeah, please.
Congratulations for doing your job. I am not one of those boys, one of those politicians who brought to public domain to talk to anyhow. It is important to note that.
Mr. Fayose, can we make progress?
Thank you.
This is not a dialogue. This is a conversation.
I'm with you.
Yes, this is a program.
It's a conversation. And let him not get personal.
Yes,
let him not get personal on this program.
No,
it's
his way. Okay. It's okay. Our job is to ask you questions. You respond. It's not a personal thing.
I told you yesterday, and I mentioned Oseni's name particularly why I avoid Arise Television. And you assured me that you are going to moderate it in a way. Oseni cannot, if it's his job, go for my personality or my person on the live television. I'll give it back to him.
It's okay, Mr. Fayose. Can we return to the issues? Now, I was going to ask.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
How many of you noticed that he couldn't answer the question before throwing that tantrum? How many of you even remember the question? Since Fayose went on that long tantrum, Bila said, Rufai not asking his question directly destabilized or made the Fayose to lose balance. Something happened. And I think it's the way Rufai asked the question that you yourself, you were once recorded to be plotting rigging. So what would you say about this election then, where people got killed, attacked, and all of that stuff? Fayose underplayed those who died. And he said the pattern in Nigeria, rigging is normal. So if you check from 1979, since Nigeria has been doing election, it's been rigging. So if you now put this Tinubu zone beside, it's not different. Sure you get. And then you remember that it was personally attacked and he nearly shook. Let me see if I have the other parts. Wait.
I have one Nigerian that I am going to tell you my feelings without looking at your face. You might not like my opinion about things, but I'm going to just let you know this is my opinion, and it remains. Let me tell you, nothing has changed in Nigeria since I grew to know Nigeria and Nigerians and the political evolution. We had an issue in 1979. Chief Obafemi Awolowo went to court. In 1984, before Buhari took over, Chief Obafemi Awolowo and others went to court. And when we came to this new day democracy in 1999, we've always gone to court. The system is sick. We're all involved, we're all guilty, and we need to sit back. I am only telling you, let me start one quickly before I end up with the judiciary. I absolutely believe in the judiciary that they will do justice. But let me say to you, none of the contestants, none of them did not do one wrong thing or the other. And the system does not limit or give the whole of the actions to INEC. INEC is just one party of all the parties to this old issue on ground. INEC does not carry gun, does not have powers to do certain things other than to ensure a free and credible election, fair and credible election. The police has a role to play, the military has a role to play, and largely the politicians. We are just about getting to the judiciary. May I say to you that our leaders are products of what we make out ourselves. When you give money, vote buying, who receives the money? The people. When you give police money, who gives the money? Who receives the money? The police, not the giver. When you give, now we are in the stage of the lawyers. They will all begin to charge big money because it is a cash out time for all of them. Majority of people that were supposed to say, I'm not going to court, the lawyer will tell you, go to court, or because of what they want to make. So nobody come and tell me anything has changed. In the north, we saw what happened in a number of states. People, when they begin to talk about Lagos, I get angry. I am not saying things went well in Lagos. It was like that all over. It was expected. Nobody should come and tell me what happened in Northwest, Northeast. Let me tell you the presidential election. Asiwaju lost in Lagos. Atiku won in Adamawa. Asiwaju in Lagos, his base, he lost. Some G5 governors, we just saw Alex Oti now. Congratulations, Alex Oti. And let me equally congratulate Epeasu, the current governor of the state. Part of our duty is to concede defeat where necessary. And I want to say to you, most of the things that happened in Lagos happened everywhere. So don't let us single out Lagos, Kano, Kaduna. We were still in same attitude as in 1979. Nothing has changed. Recall when you saw the PDP chairman and the Labour Party chairman sitting down together, what they could not do before the election. They now look for allies to create an impression that the election was rigged. I disagree with them. The way you lay your bed, you sleep on it. Take a PDP, for example. Was the PDP expecting to win that election? The answer is no. We were badly fractured. We were badly fractured. The same set of people that betrayed the party at that time, it was a payback time. Majority of the leaders of the PDP were pregnant inside and had their stomach flat externally. They were all working against the party because they never believed in that process. So coming back to what they said, I stand by every letter credited to me. And what I was telling you is that we are in a race. You said to me that I didn't win the election. I said to you, you didn't win the election. Will I fold my arms and allow you to outwit me in the struggle for what I have suffered for? To me, that election, going by Nigerians' attitude, going by the behavioral components of everybody involved and stakeholders, INEC did well. INEC can't carry guns by themselves. INEC is not the one that gave money to security agencies. Majority of us politicians, we were desperate. When you see a sitting governor winning election by 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, a sitting governor with the paraphernalia of office, with all resources, and you are telling me you won by 10,000, that should be a law. If you win election by 10, 20, 30,000, as an incumbent, you must be declared a loser. When somebody who does not hold anything in the state comes up and win an election against you, you have lost that election. So let me say to you, my position is this. Asiwaju won that election fair and square. All of them participated in whatever odd or the other you might claim. And what I said in the last interview that I granted was, they asked me if these people go to court, will they win at the court? Yes, it's possible, but let me tell you, nobody will hold me down. If I win an election, you want to take it from me? If get to the judiciary, if get lawyers, I'm going to do everything humanly possible to make sure.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so.
So it's so unfair. This is unfair, isn't it? Fayose is confessing to rigging that Tinubu rigged. But by Nigeria standard, Okitipupa Aristotle. Somebody just mentioned the Okitipupa there. And I don't know, I just feel like, well, Ekiti state, Ekiti people are considered to be among the most educated states in Nigeria, honestly. There is barely a state in there's barely a house in Ekiti that you won't see a professor or 10 professors. How did Fayose become their governor? Okay, somebody said the other day that he was sharing water. So because of that, he became their favorite. So when that person said Okitipupa, I was like, okay, Okitipupa is in Ondo. Come on. So he confessed, said that's what we do. That's the standard. That's it. If you go to court, nothing will happen. Don't waste your time. Nothing will happen.
God, why do you brought me to this Nigeria?
So let's go to Otobo Keyamo, the one that just drafted a petition calling for the arrests of Peter Obi and Datti. There is a part that I think you should hear from Datti's interview, which ordinarily will probably make sense to you when I start reading this petition. You get what I mean? So let's go back there, okay? That part where Datti said, yeah, Buhari will be performing illegality. There is no president-elect in Nigeria. And it is like handing over to a military. All these strong words. Aba, everybody obaleo. People say, chest be hearty. You know they touch ground, your peace no deal. And I think this is why, for the value, for the violence, what do you call it? Army.
Nigeria, I believe in this document. That is why I'm so lawful. That is why I'm so confident. And that is why I'm, however extreme it is, Sheung, I am saying it on national TV. I don't like to take risks. I'm not taking any risks. Swearing in a ticket that has not met the constitutional requirements of the Constitution, okay, is ending democracy. Quote me on it.
That's your interpretation.
That is my interpretation, and that is indeed a correct interpretation. You cannot swear people who have not met the constitutional requirement. You can't do that. If you did it, you have done something unlawful, something unconstitutional. And I'm repeating it. Whoever does not meet the constitutional requirement must never be sworn in. You said my name. If you like, I can say it again. I'm Datti Baba Ahmed. I'm not taking risks with my safety and with my life. But I'm repeating, swear in anybody who does not meet the constitutional requirements of our country, you are engaging in an unconstitutional act. Mr. President, do not hold that inauguration. CJN, your lordship, do not partake in unconstitutionality. I am taking these risks for the sake of my country. Yes, it is extreme, and I'm saying it. It was more extreme for Yakubu to issue that certificate. It was reckless. He is putting all our lives in danger. All of us were already at risk. So what is there again in me taking risks again? What have they not done against Nigeria? What have they not abused in Nigeria? Now they will take the Constitution where it is clear, it says, and get 24. After that, and FCT. They fail to get it. They are going to swear this man in, and I should be afraid? I will not be. I'm telling you that on the 20th.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Mbazo Yorùbá. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyí gbogbo ṣe sọ. Sẹ́yìn ìlú lé. Fún wa lówó wa, ànáwó wá sọ wá di lazy youth. Náà ẹ sọ wá di lazy youth. Òun ni mo wà ní táìmù yìí tí mi ò lè lọ bí iṣẹ́. Kò sówó. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá máa kó anybody lẹ́yìn.
Ariwola is the name of your Chief Justice of Nigeria. There are 7 of them, 7 justices sitting at the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The head of that justices there is the man, the white bearded man. Now, they say the man, they can't say him for London. Now, you see, the CJN of Nigeria, Chief Justice of Nigeria, is in London. Okay? Let me take this off so that I can bring this back. Chief Justice of Nigeria is currently in London for medical reason. He came here to do an operation on his knees. Sure you get. He came to operate his knees in the UK. He's been here now, I think, for about 2 days or so. So some now said they saw him on which year? When the media will flag it in Nigeria, they said we're in disguise, CJN disguising, going into an hotel to meet with Tinubu's people. If they say meet with Tinubu, it doesn't mean that he met with Tinubu physically. They don't have to meet physically. Tinubu is in France. I didn't even know that they've actually made another arrangement for him. Medical arrangement in France. I didn't know. I actually thought just his house. The house he bought in southern France about 7 years ago. I actually thought if he was rest, that's what I told you. I said if he was resting, it would be in France. If it was medical, it would be in the UK. Right? So they now said that now France is day. Now let me say something. This morning, right? I think somebody came and said, but you said it's in the UK. Now they say it's in France. I said we are saying the same thing. When Buhari started his ghosting live, ghosting all of you, now everywhere they see him. Sure you know. And nobody could be certain where is your president, to the point that sometimes on many occasions the whole world will be helping Nigerians to ask, where is Nigerian president? Where is Nigeria president? Where is he? Oh, he's in Germany. No, it's not in Germany, it's in China. No, it's not in China, it's in the UK. No, it's not in the UK, it's in Saudi Arabia. No, he left Saudi Arabia, he's back to, is that not the life you lived under Buhari for almost 8 years now? Well, you are welcome to the pro max of it. If I hear say it's London, I will say, I hear say it's London. Tomorrow, if you hear that, no, Ibadan, they talk say it, come back here and say, Mayegu, you are a liar. You said it's in London. They said they saw him in Ibadan. And I'll say, oh, yeah, you saw him in Ibadan. Somebody just told me that they said that they saw him somewhere in Portugal. He will be ghosting all of you. Make your life more miserable. And here we are. Dr Keyamo is about to start waiting the no-fee finish. Obedient say, if anybody touch Obi, even Obi himself no go fit stop them. Then the Lagos Sabobakus are saying they will take him, nothing will happen. So as he be now, left, right, everybody they press everybody they press muscle now. But let's read the content of the petition of Dr Keyamo. He said, writing to Daura Secret Service, DSS in Nigeria. Hang on. Is it all right if I ask you? Sorry. Is it all right if I ask you to take a moment, right? Currently on YouTube, we are over 4,600 of us live. And only 600 of us have actually liked the video. That is your offering. In this temple, right? You only owe me one thing. Your offering, and that is like the video. That's it. You can do everything else. Type, comment, fight, do all that in the comment section, okay? But just take a moment and go in there and just like it. How could you have 4,600 people, nearly 5,000 people, and they are so soaked into the conversation that going there to like that broadcast is actually a work, right? So I'm going to read the petition of Dr Keyamo out, okay? And you can take that moment. Please. Thank you. So let's go on. So I will see to that before we continue, okay? So it's called offering time, all right? Take a moment, leave the chat room. Go on there and just like and go back to the chat room and continue to fire yourself. I know you are all fighting in there possibly, but we'll come to that. Here. Festus Keyamo, in a petition, he said, in a petition titled, Petition against Mr. Peter Obi and Datti Baba Ahmed for making incendiary comments and claims capable of causing any insurrection or rebellion against the government of Nigeria and duly elected president-elect or select. I write this petition with the full realization that in a post-election period, such as this, there is a need to soothe frayed nerves, lower the temperature, and begin the healing process. The Presidiot Select, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has issued a statement to this effect a few days ago. However, it appears the Presidiot and Vice Presidential, the President and Vice Presidential candidates of LP, Mr. Obi and Datti, are not prepared to toe this conciliatory path for the sake of peace and national cohesion, whilst exercising their right to pursue duly laid down constitutional means of addressing their grievances. In this regard, since the declaration of the presidential election results, they have been hopping from one media house to the other, making incendiary comments and claims about the declaration of the Presidiot Select by the INEC. These comments and claims are made not just within the boundaries of exercising their right to freedom of speech and the freedom to air their grievances publicly, but they have since crossed the line to call the outright truncation of democracy by insisting on the adoption of other processes outside the contemplation of our Constitution. In some cases, their previous have even called for the establishment of an interim government. The latest of such are the comments made by Datti Baba Ahmed on behalf of himself and Mr. Obi on Channels Television on Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023, wherein he threatened that if the Presidiot Select is sworn in on May 29th, 2023, it will signal the end of democracy. Posting as an accuser, a judge, and a jury all by himself, he unilaterally declared the duly selected Presidiot Select as unconstitutional and, in a subliminal manner, threatened mayhem if the Presidiot Select is sworn in on May 29th, 2023. I also have it on good authority that Mr. Obi and Datti Ahmed have calmed some youth. That's the propaganda now, adding sauce. Adding salt and Maggi now. Okay? Said, I also have it on good authority that Mr. Peter Obi and Datti Ahmed have camped some youth in a popular hotel in Abuja with the sole aim of instructing them to push out inciting messages every day on social media in order to cause panic and fear within the federation and to incite people to riots and social unrest. It is noteworthy that Mr. Obi and Baba Ahmed have submitted elections petition to the court for adjudication rather. But their conduct and utterances amount to subversion of the processes they have instituted in court and a subversion of our constitution and laid down processes for addressing disputes and grievances. This conduct and utterances are a build-up to something more sinister, and it is important you rein them in now. In this circumstance, I submit this petition in my personal capacity as a patriotic Nigerian to invite, arrest, interrogate, and after investigation, if necessary, charge both individual to court for their conduct, which amounts to incitement and treasonable felony. Yours most trusted, fraudsters, Otobo, Keyamo, Sanfil, Sandpaper, a senior advocate of nuisance, and then Sangbeto. Sorry, that took long. I just wanted to make it more interesting reading. I'm so boring reading. Or I can be very boring if you listen to me reading. So I decided to just kind of make it a little bit like, what did he say? You know? Otobo Keyamo could petition the DSS, but nobody could petition the Daura Secret Service, DSS, to pick up MC Olueran. After the reggae, they say, after the reggae, play the blues, the blues, the blues. After the reggae, take a jet, a jet, a jet. That's MC Olueran. That's exactly how he feels. The biggest, the number one billionaire thug, the number one billionaire political thug in the world, MC Olueran. Anyway, the stage is set. The obedient are now saying, oh yeah, arrest them. So that they can have a reason to do what they've always wanted to do. Take you people up properly. Face what you have been wishing for. You bring out the thugs, you bring out all your soldiers, you bring out your police, and guess what? A lot of them are even expecting the young people to take you up. And you think they will defend you. No, they may not be able to defend you. Because they themselves will have to like a turn on you too. So Keyamo want Obi and Datti Ahmed arrested. Tifnumbu and demand that Obi and Datti expect to do justice in Nigeria. They are already working things out. In London, where Ariwola is receiving medical treatment, Tifnumbu is in France receiving medical treatment. They said that it will be going for lesser hajj, so that it will just seem like they just went to hajj and then he's forming his government and all those nonsense. But let me tell you something. The first time that this London meeting became very, very, very significant to Tifnumbu's rigging plan, when the G5 kept meeting in London, did you ever see them with Tifnumbu in a photo? Of course not. You will never see them with Tifnumbu in a picture. But guess what? That was where the deal was cut, including the rigging of the election in the entire Niger Delta part of Nigeria, including southeast part of Nigeria. The whole plan that Ike orchestrated, mobilized for, and all that happened. And if you must know, Ariwola was suggested as Chief Justice of Nigeria to Bokwari by Tifnumbu for a time like this. You can do whatever you like with that information. Okay? Just anything you want. Okay? Then the Ekweremadus. The Ekweremadus have received I think I have a better one. That's a better one. Yeah. So, the former Senate president in Nigeria, or Deputy Senate President in Nigeria, Chief Senator Ike Ekweremadu, the man that has been in Nigeria Senate since 2003, 20 years, is from Enugu. So you know, very, very powerful man, as you can see. Now, something happened last year. Ekweremadu picked up on an innocent poor boy from Nigeria. Their daughter had heart problem, okay? So they needed kidney, a kidney problem. They needed a donor that will match that of their daughter, and they can just harvest that, and then, it shouldn't have been anything. But do you know what happened? The illegality as Nigeria as a crime scene. What they did was that they found a boy. When they found that boy, they promised him that, don't worry, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you. If you promise to give his daughter. If you promise to give my daughter one of your kidneys, and we'll take you abroad. We're going to do it abroad. We're going to do it in the UK. So if you are willing to, we'll give you everything. So they gave him some money, gave the mother some money, used the power in Nigeria, their power in Nigeria, forged different documents for the boy to prepare his traveling arrangements, and they got him a visa. So when they got him a visa, and they brought him to the UK. Now, when they got to the UK, I think it was in the UK that they met with this doctor, who is also a Nigerian, a doctor from Nigeria. Sure you get. Now, when they got to the UK, they tested the guy, and they realized that the boy is not going to be a match. A terrible mistake they've made from Nigeria. Instead of them to have told Ekwerimadu's daughter to return to Nigeria, carry out all the necessary check and all that before you put somebody on, right? Meanwhile, in the UK, it is a crime. It is a crime to pay anybody to donate any part of their body, any organ. It's a crime. You can't pay anybody and say, please, can I give you money to? No, you can't. So they have to give it to you voluntarily. Do you get that? Willingly. Not through persuasion, coercion, or anything. They just have to do it, because even if you think you have done everything you have to do, even a family member, somebody who is a family member, when it is at the point of doing that operation, even before doing the operation, they are still going to take them for counseling, psychological counseling. They will tell them what they are about to get into. They will check their mental balance if they are really ready and prepared before they finally say, oh yeah, take them to the theater. Because they're going to operate them too. They have to open you up too, to take out the kidney. Open the other person up too. Put the kidney there. Seal you back up. You are going to go back into the ICU recovery, like the person they just did the operation for as well. Yeah, it's not something that they just take and say, oh, yeah, go, bye-bye, we'll see you later. So in the UK, they will do all checks, all preaching, all everything. Now, they did that in Nigeria. They brought the boy here. I think when they got here, they realized that, two story, they realized that the boy wasn't a match. Okay? And because he wasn't a match, they were going to return him back to Nigeria. Up the promises they made to him. It doesn't matter anymore. Just take him back. So the boy, they started mistreating and maltreating the boy, to the point that they just abandoned him in one house here in the UK. So when the boy, I think maybe he just add 1 + 1 together, the boy just went straight to the police station to report himself. What happened? And then investigation now showed that he was brought from Nigeria for organ harvesting. That was what brought in this doctor. Because this man was trying to talk the boy, right, into giving up his kidney. In London, instead of investigating if the boy actually willingly want to give up his organ. But since they couldn't use it anymore, the boy is useless to them, and they are going to return him to Nigeria. So the boy decided to go and report himself at the police station. And by so doing, the boy came under the state protection. So he's now helping the UK government to track Ekweremadu and his wife. So when they got to the UK, they were arrested straight up. And it started like a joke, like something that would just be like a flash in the pan and they will move away. No. So today, the Old Baileys sentenced them. They have found them guilty, so they will sentence them later. So they figured out that they violated the UK law on consent, the UK law that is against human trafficking, organ harvesting, and every other thing. They violated them, and they will likely be away for a long time. Somebody said they will appeal. I said, of course, they can appeal, but they will be away for a long time. So, you know what makes the whole thing worse, Nigeria will always be Nigeria to these criminals, okay? While they were here, they were investigating how the boy got his papers, his visa, and they discovered that Ekweremadu personally signed a letter certifying the age, the date of birth of this boy, and also claiming the boy is his family member, a member of their family, so that he could procure the visa for the boy. And that's also like he facilitated human trafficking for organ harvesting, that he's doing it for his daughter, a man that is trying to save his daughter. So that one is nobody's son, Abi. It's not somebody else's son. I know a lot of you that once you go on social media and they say, Baba, one kidney now 150,000 naira. And then you are jokingly saying, where have you sell my kidney? I won't sell my kidney. There's in 150,000 naira. Where I won't sell my kidney. I know that Nigeria has destroyed a lot of you. That when you see crime, even when the criminals who made life hell for you, who failed to build the same facility for you in Nigeria, but because you are just statistics, you are useless to them, you are worthless. The only time you can be useful to them is when you are taking the bullet for them. Even at that, you are not really, you are priced, they will just pay you off. So they could pick anybody. I know a lot of you on social media, they started posting, I will give you my kidney. I'm sorry for everything, my dear sister. Oh, look at her. Oh, she's so beautiful. Even your papa now wish, but you, I like you. I will give you. I'm volunteering. I'm doing this. I was like, look at them. Look at the rundown. Look at the days. Look at the unboot slaves. People who are actually so happy in their own slavery. It's just that we are all humans. Do you actually know what it means when you break the law? And if it's not stopped, like you can just pick anybody you want and remove their kidney. Say, you, come here. I need your kidney. Yes, sir. What are you going to give me if I give you my kidney? I'll give you 10 million naira. 10 million. God will bless you, sir. Yes, sir. If you need the second one, please call me. I'll give you the second one for free. Because that's what they have done to you. You don't know that, right? That's what they have done to you. 20 years as a lawmaker in Nigeria, passing budget year in, year out, year in, year out. There's no medical facility in the entire Nigeria that could actually deal with that. So they started playing the Nigeria game, trying to force the parent of the boy to change their story, to deny, and even like, you know what I mean? Like denying their son. No, he's a useless boy. It is Ekweremadu is helping us. So Ekweremadu is only trying to help us. So we are a poor family. And we thought that, my son said he will give the kidney. See poverty. Defending somebody who was going to go and make your son. One kid, okay, another one will grow. Okay. That poverty thing, what they did in Nigeria. And today, a lot of you, maybe not a lot, some of you are watching me right now, and you are like, oh, and I feel sorry for the man, I say, I feel sorry. The man looks like he has repented. He's doing it because of their child. I mean, as a mother, I can do anything for my child. You better don't go and kidnap somebody's son and decide that you want to remove their kidney. If they grab you, won't bury life in prison forever and never. Sure, you get won't bury. I'm a mother. I cannot look away from my son. So that boy is, that boy, is it not somebody's son? Is that not what they do? How many people then kill in Nigeria? Remove their body party. How many people they didn't even kill before they removed their organs and ship them to London to replace all the dying, decaying organ of Bokuwari before he now became your baby boy in, lifeless mannequin right now? How many people then kill for Borono? They remove their organ to replace the organ of your rich criminal politicians, so elite, that is going on today. What is the organ harvesting market like in Nigeria today? What about people going missing? They are never found, and whenever they are found, their major organ, the major organ in their body have been taken off, and you call that ritual. All of these are just to tell you that the reason why so many of us are going to continue to feel safe in a sane society like this is because the likes of Ekweremadu, they will never have a place here. They won't. They might try to hibernate, but eventually their own misdeed will catch up with them. This is one of them. When I hear how many years they send them, I will come back here, can't tell you. Remember this guy? This guy drank drainage water, gutter water, somewhere. I think he was in Kano, was it? In 2019, because Buhari rigged himself back in the second term. Now, the young man is out and complaining. He said he has some serious health complications now after doing all of that. And the disappointment, the failure of Buhari, APC, as well as the way they abandoned him, has left him more heartbroken, disappointed, and sad. And I just said that, well, brother, if you have somebody who can interpret that for you, Salisu, beside you, and enjoy it until it chokes. Baba, on the 25th of February, a charade happened in Nigeria that should have snowballed into a serious civil unrest. But they postponed the evil day somehow. But do you know that since the 25th of February, they conducted the election in Nigeria? To this day, this minute, this time, they have not uploaded the full results that they announced till now. They still have over 13 to 14,000 polling units that they have not uploaded. I'm not joking. Take a look. In a messed up country where the winner is on a sick bed in France, and according to them, he is planning on how to come and rule the jungle that did this. Yeah? And it's actually the similar thing that they also did in Enugu. That of Enugu is so ridiculous. Same thing in Nasarawa. If you go to Nasarawa right now, women, they protest without breast. Women protesting in Nasarawa without breast. They said that it is so madness that they are now experiencing in Nasarawa, making Nasarawa look like it's a Fulani state. The indigenous people of that Nasarawa, they are so pained, angry, and they will never forgive Mahmoud. Do you want me to tell you the story of Nasarawa? Okay. Let's first go on to where is Nasarawa here. You see that Nasarawa is very close to Abuja and close to Benue, Kogi, Plateau, and Southern Kaduna. Can you see that, yeah? Right. Nasarawa is meant to be the middle belt, okay? And it is meant to be, what do you call it? A Christian state, so to say, not a Fulani Islamic state. But something happened. According to these people here, Plateau, Nasarawa, Benue, Niger, including Kwara, and then the FCT, yeah? They said in the 90s, the Fulanis, as if to say they told themselves, they were told to start migrating and moving into all of these states, especially in the middle belt of Nigeria, in order to shake the balanced population there and take over power. The Fulanis rule Nasarawa, but they are barely 3% of the population. So for the first time, those ones who are like, they claim to be the majority, Nasarawa, they've always been like, bah, boo. So during the presidential election, you know what they did? They came together and they followed Obi for president. Some of you were wondering, how did Obi win Nasarawa? Is that not a Fulani state? It's not a Fulani state. Majority of all those states that you see Fulani ruling and all that, right? they barely make 10% of the population. Barely 10% of the population. Nasarawa is a case study. They didn't even make up to 3% of the population. No joke. But they have been the one ruling the place. So, when the result of the presidential election was announced, it was like a landslide in Nasarawa for Labour Party. Why? Those who claim to be the majority ethnic nationalities who are partitioned into Nasarawa, they came together. This time, they just have fought back. They have just about 11 or 12 local government areas. Out of the whole local government area in that place, the Fulanis are controlling just about 2. How could people who control just about 2 local governments be winning an election in the densely populated other local government areas? Rigging and certification of those who actually push the power shift to happen as it is happening. So, Baba, when the presidential election result was announced, the only way Nasarawa could remain in the hand of the Fulani elite is to rig. Now, they rigged this much that women in Nasarawa, they have been protesting now for the past 3 days that this is not going to stand. No way. This is so impossible. Can you believe that in one single ward in Nasarawa, one single ward in a local government, they were awarding over 30,000 votes where they have less than 300 registered voters. They said they should go to court. But the women on the streets, topless, braless, aged women, young and others, cussing and saying, give us about... I'm not going to play you the video if that's what you are expecting. But I have something else I will play you, okay? Talking about them being cheated by the same agency that was supposed to actually conduct a proper election, right? Let's go to Abuja. That one is better. This one is better. They are putting on cloth. All condemning what Mahmoud has done to them. Sad, isn't it? Oh yeah, leaders well, governors well, Senate and well, police well, not they take bribe. That's Abuja. Sorry, that song may be copyrighted, so that's why I can't play you much of it. So let's just have that tiny. YouTube, yeah, where you go. 2 seconds, 3 seconds of that nonsense. They will say, okay, I have to do something for the whole 3 hours of video. You know what I mean? So let's leave it at that. That was Abuja is cooking. In so many other places, Enugu is cooking. In Kaduna, it's cooking. So that's why people are now saying that God Almighty, Shineke God, Olorun Oba, Shineke God, may they arrest Peter Obi, may everywhere scatter.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so...
It's unfair. Now, let's take a bit a detour. When I saw the ambience, the way they were celebrating this OT win is different from other celebrations I've been seeing. So I started digging, like, what's going on? And they said, I said, this is the first time in 24 years that the people of Abia would actually aspire to elect their choice. And that their choice, after all wahala and die, was finally announced. Unfortunately, APC ole kureo. Do you know that this whole thing, this is how they planned it? This Labour Party, and you give them one state. That Kwakwanso can give them one state. With these two, it's enough for us to say where PDP won't get the vote to beat us. Since we can just put PDP second, put either Labour or Kwakwanso, put them for third and fourth. So you get, and then we say if you know what I mean, like, You want a state, PDP, you want a 6 or 7, you know what I mean? So you can't claim that is a rigging, that's rigging. But like in Lagos, when they won the presidential election, they said, we reject the results. We know they rigged it. I mean, they falsified these figures. For the people of Abia, it's a different ball game. What they denied them in Lagos, 24 years, is what they fought and got in Abia. Then you can understand why they are so joyous, right?
Yes, sir.
See what they denied in Lagos. We are enjoying our Lagos. Mayegun, Sanwo-Olu, Lekosi, Tesiwaju. Don't worry. We'll be here, we go there. We go there together. Ramadan Karim. Alhamdulillah. Here is another one. Miracle, know the tire God. And that is why some of them are still in the church saying, Tinubu is not our president-elect. Heavenly Father that we serve will not let that happen.
Normality. We, the people, want to state clearly that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not our president-elect. He is the president-elect of Professor Mahmoud Yakub, of INEC, and of APC. The president-elect of Nigeria will emerge through a free, fair, and transparent process, as stipulated by the guidelines and rules of INEC, from voting to posting, uploading on the beavers, to the servers, to collation, to pronouncement. And hopefully, the president-elect will be pronounced in the daytime, not at night, while we, the people, are asleep. The process is for all the people, not for some of the people. We, the people, are disappointed and embarrassed at the conduct of this election by INEC and by Professor Mahmoud. We are also disappointed at Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari for accepting such a result and even going ahead to send your congratulations, despite all the assurances by you to conduct a free and fair and transparent election. I dare to say it fell below minimum standard required. Mr. President, we were sure you would keep to your words, as we had been made to believe that you are a person of integrity. Alas, sir, you have made us a laughingstock of the other African countries and have made our reputation of being a corrupt people worse. Therefore, we, the people, reject the result of normality. We, the people, want to state clearly that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not our president-elect. He is the president-elect of Professor Mahmoud Yakub, of INEC, and of APC. The president-elect of Nigeria will emerge through a free, fair, and transparent process, as stipulated by the guidelines and rules of INEC, from voting to posting, uploading on the beavers, to the servers, to collation, to pronounce.
To everywhere, and all that. So they said Tinubu is not going to be their president-elect. That's a problem. Millions of people see that as their stand too. Not my president, not my president. So if Kalu is now talking to Ariwola in London, whatever they are cooking, see, somebody said that in this whole thing, it is going to be the judiciary in Nigeria that is going to be on trial. In fact, it is the judiciary in Nigeria that is on trial here. The obedient, you know what they are saying? They say thanks to Peter Obi. It was the one who made them realize how delegate system work in political parties. That they didn't know. They didn't know that you have to pay so much money to some people to vote for you in your own party to become the candidates of the party, delegates. They said thanks to Obi, they've seen how corrupt political parties are now. All this Gen Z, They said to Obi taught them that with the people's zeal and determination, they can actually pick up a political party that is of no relevance and brush it up, and make it a bigger threat to the established politicians' ambitions and all that. Within a space of 10 months, nobody could do that. Nobody. They said Obi has taught them and shown them how corrupt INEC is. And how the corruption being perpetrated by INEC politicians, vote, everything that Obi has shown them, because he made them have interest. Now they are now saying, Peter Obi, carry one they go. They say Obi should get them to go to that court, because they want to see how judiciary in Nigeria, how corrupt they are, before they will finally deal with everybody. So okay, now they will now understand. Sure you get. So as a bit so, say, Peter Obi, carry me, they go. Carry me, they go.
70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord. Jesus.
70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
It is the judiciary. See, I'm saying this, so I know Nigeria will always be Nigeria, but I'm saying that you should tread carefully with this Gen Z, the obedient generally. Now them they see that now them be doctors, them be investigative journalists, them be detectives, them be politicians, them be analysts, them be tech bros, them be investigative tech bros, them be hackers, them be anything you want, where they want. Immediately, the media said they saw Ariwola with the disguise on wheelchair. You know what happened? I did tell you something. I said I'm one of the oldest troll on social media, okay? I don't comment, but I appear and I follow thousands of conversation every day. I'm talking about thousands. I'm always pressing phone. If you meet me one-on-one, I'm always pressing phone. You know why? I'm just following conversations. Know that? I told you. They said that obedient, gather here. They all came. Say, what happened? I say, obedient. We heard that Ariwola is in London. He's disguising on a wheelchair. He's going to meet with Tinubu in London. Obedient, do your work. Oh my, you know, reach 10 minutes. Oh. People don't they post picture. Say, we saw a man will look like that Ariwola. Say, na this man. Say, Naim be that. Chief Justice of Nigeria. Say, but we'll follow him from here. We'll update the house later. Roger that. You know when people say, hey, hello, echo 125, echo, you know that stuff, right? And they say, Roger that. The subject is in sight. We can see the subject now. We can see the subject moving. The subject is on a wheelchair. Is he disguising? Can he walk? Say, no, he can walk, but is he walking? No, it's not walking. It's on a wheelchair. Okay, the way is disguising. Follow the subject. You know, that kind of a thing. Obedient are doing that with the Chief Justice of Nigeria right now in the UK. I'm not joking. I said, do you need a backup? Oscar Alpha Romeo Tega. Oscar Alpha Romeo Tega, backup? They said, no, we are okay. Resources, okay. We follow the subject. This is your Chief Justice of Nigeria. If they see him anywhere near a hotel, they go take a picture. This is 2023. I just thought I should remind you. When you deal with disobedience, be careful, okay? Now, it got to a stage whereby the powerful people in Nigeria actually are so scared of them. Sure you get. Look at this guy. Chud. Is one strong obedient, right? He says something. He says something that riled the government of Anambra State, where Charles Soludomb is the governor. Now, Soludomb was said to have dispatched thugs during the elections. Okay? So, this young man now tweeted it and said, Soludomb is deploying thugs to go after Labour Party, you know, supporters and all that, and voters and all that. But prior to that, he already said that you see the pressure that is on Peter Obi to not go to court. He said the pressure is coming from Emeka Ofo. Is that the guy, Emeka Ofo? I'm going to go look for him, okay? Don't go anywhere. Emeka Ofo, something like that. So they now say it was Emeka Ofo or something. No, I don't want to keep repeating that name if I'm wrong. How many of you know this story? Remind me. Is it Emeka Ofo? Yeah. So one businessman, chef for Abuja, a friend of Soludomb, they put one and two together. They invited the Interpol to pick him up. So they picked him up. They picked this young man up, right? 4 or so days ago. And immediately, they said, the reason why they picked him up is because of cyber crime. Cyber crime, bawo, cyber crime, bawo. Amburawa, just cyber crime ni. Which one be cyber crime? It's international cyber crime. International, bawo. I should not these smart people, they do that too. Yeah? Eventually, you know what they said? They said, this man is so dangerous that his phone and his tweets are so dangerous that they are charging him for cyberbullying. Your politicians are cowards, you know that? Cyberbullying. They said the guy, they bully Soludo on social media. The guy, they bully Emeka Ofo on social media. Emeka Ofo, rich man, we no get sense. Are you with me? Emeka Ofo, we no fi fight. Person we get money, we chop well. Small boy is bullying you on social media in Wiri. Money misthrow there, criminals who can only succeed in a country like that, Nigeria. If not, na Ekweremadu they go do you. Who is Emeka Ofo? Imagine Emeka Ofo come to the UK. Can't use one secret police in the UK to pick somebody up. You can't eat the media. Now you go to pray for Emeka Ofo may come back alive from the jail. Just like somebody you thought was a commoner has sent Ike Ekweremadu and his wife, Eunice, Beatrice, to jail. Emeka Ofo, lazy coward, Emeka Ofo, Solu Dombu, governor of Anambra, they had to go and call in Tapo, lie to them. Those ones now came, they say, the boy is bullying us on social media. Social bullying, social media bullying. Oh yeah, you boy, shoot, come here. Come see us, you bully your papa mates. See all your papa mates. They say you bully them. You have committed a crime. Oh yeah, enter car, follow us. Useless people. Now, the obedience says this might actually be where it's all going to start from. So tomorrow, on the 28th of March, if Soludom failed to release the young man, it will likely have to deal with more than shoot in Oka. Like I told you, now like this obedient they do. Once you see something like this, obedient, gather here. Obedient, gather here. I say, what happened? Will they go Oka tomorrow? You will be wondering where they all came out from. When their numbers start popping up, when you start seeing them coming out, you say, Now Soludo can address them, say, I'm very sorry, my children, you are my children, you are all my people. I can never do that. The way they came out to lie, he denied it on social media. Soludom came out and he said, I had nothing to do with it. Not knowing that Diwere told the maker of money misroad to use his influence so that they won't trace it to him. Now we finally figured out it was Soludom. Anyway, that's on the side. Okay, I think, come on. We'll come back to this later when we see video. I don't think Ariwola will dare any nonsense. And like I said yesterday when you saw the video of Festus Keyamo lying repeatedly, trying to defend the Tinubu's America heroin dealing and then the forfeiture. I said if Keyamo is part of Tinubu's Tinubu's legal team. Now from that court, they go lock him up. It won't be his first time anyway, okay? This guy took Omishore to court for the death of Bola Ige. The madman is now the spokesperson who is now instigating violence in Nigeria, tribal division in Nigeria, and calling for war and genocide in Nigeria. That is the man. So that's where he belongs. And I'm saying, Keyamo, keep going. When you find yourself in hell, I advise you to keep going. Obedience, I wish you all the best. So whether you mean them or you know mean them, I don't see many of you today who said that's your prayer. If they invite him alone, if they invite Obi, this one is not arrest. Mayegun, leave arrest. Arrest is too far. If they bond them well, make DSS invite them. What do you go do if they invite them? Mayegun show wine me. Mayegun no they wine me no they wine me I say make DSS invite them. Make they announce say they are inviting Obi. See what go happen now. I say Say now. I say okay, that's fine. I will see and I wait until that happens. I wish all of you what you wish yourself. It was Dira. In any way you find yourself. Dira. That's the best advice I can give to you. And it does work.
Pastor, Pastor. Our mojo sticker ló show wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ má dira o, ìpápá ẹ̀dá lórin. Jẹ́ ká máa Bible tó ń jẹ. Ó jẹ́ gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù. Àwòrí àárín. Ó mọ̀ wípé wà nínú Bible pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má dira ayé bàjẹ́.
Now, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. Then I'm going to take 1 or 2 calls or more. So if you are done with me, like, that's you. Before you go, check if you have actually liked the broadcast. If you have subscribed too, check. Now, if you have done all of that and you don't want to be part of the phone calls, that's fine. I'll see you some other time, okay? But if you are interested in calling in, the number is on your screen and it is WhatsApp call only. Please, remember that. I will be back in about 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Let me use this one. I mean, take this one. Maybe take this one there. Oh, body. Hello there.
Hello, my brother.
I am very well. How are you?
I'm fine.
You might need to mute that broadcast as it's echoing back as well. If that's okay.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. This is the African Wahala speaking.
The Prince. Oboba African Wahala. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing very well, my brother.
Great.
I just wanted to, seek the advice of the good people of the Temple of Truth. We started a petition against that thug, MC Oluenro. And I can see one good brother in the comment section, Stanley Odo Eminem, saying that he knows where MC Oluenro lives in Riverdale, Georgia. Now, the point of the petition is to have the United States government and their embassy, their consulate, investigate Oluenro's participation in the violence, in inciting violence against Igbo people in Lagos. That is the whole point of the petition. And if possible, they should get rid of his green card. The thug needs to remain outside of America, make his life uncomfortable. Brilliant. Whatever we can do to chip in to make these people's lives uncomfortable, we're all ready for it. So if anybody has an advice for the African Wahala on what steps to take next, we currently have 5,000 signatories in the petition.
Oh, you mean you've had up to 5,000 now?
Yes, we have 5,000.
Are you serious? I haven't been back there. So this is me just opening it now. I have shared the link. So, wow, that's over 5,000. You're right. I've not been back there since that day.
So what I did was when we hit 1,500 signatories, I basically sent emails to US in Nigeria. Right. They put out a couple of days ago talking about everybody that participated in the elections. We are going to impose visa ban. So I screenshot the tweet. I sent them emails and I sent them the link to the change.org petition, letting them understand that we have 1,500 people. Right now, we have 5,000 people and counting. Yes. So if anybody in the comment section listening has an advice for the African Wahala on any other move that needs to be made, because this is a great opportunity to put pressure on that thug.
Somebody just sent me a message now, a personal DM, and they want me to tell you to check your Telegram account right now. There's some messages waiting for you there.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, perfect. And I'll leave my phone number in the comment section.
Right.
It's not my direct number. It's one of my phone numbers. So please send me a WhatsApp message. Anybody that has any advice for me, let me know. Thank you so much.
God bless you there, African Wahala. So that's a good one. Giving it a follow-up. I've had a report from a lot of people who have done their own personal reporting as well, from different reporting, those who are sharing, hateful, divisive, and insightful messages from abroad towards the elections in Nigeria as well. So hello there.
Yeah, how are you, Michael?
I'm very well, Baba. How are you, sir?
I'm great. This is Steve calling from Canada.
Brilliant. So you'll be my second caller from Canada tonight.
Yeah, I so much love the work you are doing.
Thank you.
And I just quickly want to express my, particularly this Yoruba nation people. I was so disappointed by most of them coming out to say they are expressing support for APC because they said Igbo want to take over Lagos. I think this is just a lie that is being sold by APC to divide the people. I said people should not buy into it, but they are so carried away. Thank God, I don't know whether you have listened to the broadcast of CSI. He made a broadcast, to advise the people in Lagos, the Yoruba people and Igbo that we should live together in peace. That nothing that we are fighting for the same cause, both Biafra and the Yoruba nation. So, and I believe that people should not be, how can somebody, okay, the father is a Yoruba man, mother an Igbo, you said an Igbo person. Okay, when Agbaje came out
that way, and they went all out to carry out such propaganda, forgetting the fact that we have a lot of our own family members who have similar marriages and then families. Like they were so blinded that they were not thinking of what they are destroying. They thought they were destroying the Igbos. They didn't know that they are actually destroying themselves too. And this is why we have to deal with that.
They are destroying themselves. I told people that, look, it is not Igbo Yoruba. Somebody wants to protect his feed bottle.
Exactly.
At all, you know that if he's taking with it, that is the end of his life. And he can do anything. But they still not I believe that. I said, no, you should not go that way. When Agbaje was contested, the same way they profiled the guy.
They called him Jimmy Shuku. That's what they called him, Jimmy Shuku.
Must governor must come from one person in Lagos?
They must. It's a must.
I'm so pained, and I believe that things will. I believe that God is not sleeping, and
we are not sleeping too. We know the damages of what they are about to do. And that's why we have to speak out. Yes. You see, there are so many people shouting Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation. Majority of them, they are shouting Yoruba Nation after they lost out in the political permutation in Nigeria. And it was just like a place to hibernate. When the election happened, they couldn't pretend for long. And the moment they saw a window to express hate towards other people, they quickly jumped into it. They would have supported Tifnumbu for over a year now, but they couldn't. They didn't have the lever. They were hiding under Yoruba Nation. But now we know better. At least all of us know better now. Baba, thank you so much.
I think we know better. Okay, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Yeah. Let me take this. Thank you very much. Hello there.
Yeah, one name more.
Hey, Osita, one name. How are you?
One name. Yes, my brother.
Osita.
Yeah. I will have to say thank you very much.
I mean, that's another word. You see, Osita, as a part I actually want you to please touch in what you have to say tonight. It is the part where Datti could say anything, but Obi is always cautious. Doesn't that define our citizenship for real, even if it's unwritten?
Come again, please.
Right. I said there's a part where I would like you to see too, if possibly it's not in your mind, right? It is the part where Datti could say anything without consequences. But Obi would have to be careful for whatever he has to say.
Yes.
Doesn't that define our citizenship in that country, as we all know, even though it's unwritten?
I will take that for the last one.
Please, go on.
So that I don't forget why I called. The reason I called today was I believe you've been watching Ayo Fayose for a while right now.
Yes.
You have been watching, and everybody have been watching him closely. The reason I've been watching him closely is that I want us to really look at it. What is the problem of the country, Nigeria? Or what is the problem we are facing today? You see, what we are facing today is class war, whereby somebody said impunity has to continue, that because of somebody has won the election, you cannot take it from him.
No.
That we should go back to the drawing board and have a conversation. That is what somebody who claims to call himself elite is telling us to do. That every 4 years, we will have to check our stock and say, okay, this thing has been done. Okay, let us forge ahead and see how we are going to do it well. Did you see the kind of ragamuffin, the rascality, the rascals, the ragamuffins that will put in places to ask these people to lead us? It's a shame that somebody who called himself an elite came to the TV station, World Press Center, and at the end of the day, that person, they are asking you questions and you are becoming aggressive. That has always been their emblem.
That's right.
That has always been their jersey. That has always been the definition of who they are. He is not the first person to do it. That fraud, Kayode, he did the same thing. Keyamo, that idiot, did the same thing. And now, somebody like this one, that people were thinking that there's an atom of human being in his life, is doing the same thing. Shame on these people. That you made a law that if you do not agree with what they said, go to the court and have a redress. And now you are discouraging people from doing that. The law that you made, you can't even follow that law. Shame on him. I see the reason why he became so irrelevant in the things of Ekiti State. Shame on him. I am really disappointed in his personality. I've been trying to look at it and say, oh, maybe because he was hot. But this is not a question of being hot. But this is a question of just looking for your tummy. The question of you being relevant when you know that you are irrelevant.
Sort of insensitive, irresponsible, not as well. People who don't take responsibilities.
So, there is something I promise people. More and more facts is going to come out. It started with Abia State. That woman, something entered into her and she decided to speak out. You will see within the next 1 month, 3 weeks from now, a lot of people who were even given money, the ones that even took those money, they will come out and tell you that if you want to kill me, kill me. This is what happened.
This is what we did.
Because this is what we did. Because it will all start from the people who were shortchanged from that bribery and corruption. That is aside. Now, coming into what you asked me, yes, one side of the country can actually say and do whatever they want to do. After all, they gave us a constitution whereby you are not supposed to marry an underage person. But in the North, they do it often, and they tell you that it is their Sharia, it is their belief. The Constitution of Nigeria, the bastardized Constitution of Nigeria, is meant for some certain people of certain origin, while the other side can operate on two different dimensions. So we are not surprised. And that is the reason the guy is using it to his advantage. He told them that they should look at him. They know him. They know where he is. They know his address. That they should come for him. Because they know they are not going to come for him. Buhari will behave as if he didn't see it. You know, so I was telling somebody today that look at it. Even Buhari was stoned in the streets of Kano State. He did not react against those people. Think about it, that even in Imo State, where he was laughed at because of his trousers and the pair of shoes that they gave to him. And look at the consequences when he left that state. So it's to tell you that we are not the only people suffering this thing, either we like it or not. If they say the Igbos are suffering it, they are not the only ones suffering it. No. Everybody is suffering it one way or the other. But the question is, can we actually be one? My brother, I am telling you the gospel truth, we can never be one. Because we are being governed. We are being governed by two different laws. And we can't change it. It cannot be changed.
Thank you so much.
But I believe one thing, that this revolution, gradually it will start. It will be like a seed planted by the rivers of water. It will germinate. It will bear fruit. And
that's exactly what they are doing right now. They are provoking it. They are poking the bear.
Yeah.
So we see how far this will go.
Yeah.
Osita Baba,
right.
thank you so much. I'll take another one. Remember, if you haven't really paid your offerings, which is to like this broadcast, please do. It's so easy to forget. Hello there.
Hello, the general, sir.
Yes,
good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, Baba. How are you?
You are doing great, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm just listening. I'm going through a lot of stuff. I come to realize something, that the problem is, maybe it's not that they are afraid of the obedience that much. They are more afraid of Peter Obi than anybody. Because the guy is like a spirit. He hardly made mistake. Yeah, there will be they are surprised the way he move, the way he talk, the way once they appear, it's like if Peter Obi want to speak, the whole world want to hear what he has to say.
For now, that's all right.
That's the appeal. Yeah. The affair is that what is he going to say today? Even when he didn't say anything, because he always use intelligence to talk. They will read many to read. That's why they don't bother about anybody. Even before he even start running, they have already started attacking before he even present himself in Labour Party. It's like they knew him. They know this person is the one that's going to give us problem. Because they didn't talk about articles, Obi. Even up to today, they don't want to stop. And that is what it's even the Peter Obi that is giving the obedient more strength. They will think is the obedient that is giving Peter Obi strength. No, Peter Obi, they call him rock for something. He doesn't shake. Once he has made up his mind, that is what is motivating the obedient. That this man is going, and we are going with him. So that's just the secret. And Peter Obi has made up. Someone that is not even afraid, that goes into where soldiers will be afraid to go to when he was campaigning. Because he has made up his mind that if he wants to die, if God wants him to die, we die. No.
Baba, thank you. Now I'll take another one. I appreciate this. Okay. Here we go. We usually ask, where you calling from and all that, but these days we just talk, so I just flow with them as well. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Prince Jejeman, how are you?
Fine, Baba. And hello, well done.
I hear you too, Prince.
Baba, you go live long, you and your generation.
Amen.
You live long, Baba.
Amen. No, I need that more.
Baba, I make I contribute this. When I hear this man, the Fayose, my mind go rewind. You know. You see, Baba, when Nnamdi Kanu call Nigeria zoo, you see, some people they know, then they vex, you know. But if you look at very well,
Nigeria is worse than zoo.
I'm telling you, Nigeria is a jungle.
Where anything
you know,
goes.
With the talk of jungle, you see this Fayose where they talk. If you see the guy that is attacked, to me is number one journalist, the best journalist in Nigeria as of today, by my own rating and many people. Okay, Oseni. Rufai Oseni. You know, so for him to be attacking that guy, you see that he's an evil man. You know, that is one. Two, Baba, you see what Fayose was saying or telling Nigerians is that every 4 years, you know, just come and do the normal ritual. You know, this PVC is a ritual. You understand me? Because, in fact, he's confirming what Nnamdi Kanu was saying, that your PVC is useless. He has said this thing for over 3 years ago, before their election. He said your PVC is useless. It's only the jungle or terrorist INEC. It's them that are organizing the election. It's them that announce the election. You know, who they like, they will give it to. You know, he was saying, look, INEC is who? Is Fulani, contestants, Shetima, Fulani, contestants, Atiku, Fulani. You know, they use Nigeria as a football field. They just set themselves here and there. You know, my brother, this is very, very clear to everybody to just start the negotiation to break up that Nigeria. You know, I've told the Asari Dokubo the other day, if you don't know how to cut that pipeline, use your teeth. Turn your teeth to lion blade razor and cut all those nonsense off. Make everybody enter their house, because that is the only thing that is gathering them, like Vosha in Abuja, to turn everybody's destiny into bondage. Carry on the good work. God bless you, Baba.
You too. Thanks so much as well for stopping by. I have another person on the line. Hello there.
Hi.
Sir.
Prophet in you.
Kabiyesi.
Say my political diary here.
The ambassador live and direct, sir.
Omoyemi. I'm from Ondo State. Omoyibo ni mo de fe. So that means our ministry, they are not Yoruba. Ibo ni kin lo advice wa o.
Níbi kọ́kọ́ tẹ́ ń lọ àwọn ló máa fi lúlẹ̀ fún wa kò yé because Sabanika bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣá gọ́ọ̀nà yín l'Ondo ọmọ Imo ló fẹ́ ṣẹ́mọ̀ Igbo lórí ìyàwó ẹ̀.
Exactly.
Gọ́ọ̀nà wọn lọ́ṣun ìyá ẹ̀ Igbo ni ìyàwó ẹ̀ Igbo ni kò yé.
Exactly.
So láti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti máa dá wọn padà àwọn ló máa lọ àbí wọ́n máa gbọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tipátipá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ gbẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni o Mayegun iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe iṣẹ́ tó yẹ káwọn prophet àwọn pastor Nigeria kó máa ṣe iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe nìyẹn. You are a prophet, you are a man who saw tomorrow. Gbogbo àwọn everyone that is listening to you must recognize that you are one of the man that God has sent to speak out to free Nigeria people and to open the mind of people. You know, sometimes when I speak the way you speak, they say I'm mad. I am not mad. It's because some people can think that are thinkers like you. And I pray that God Almighty continue to be with you, Mayegun, and bless you and make you to live long. Mayegun, I'm from you. We are brothers.
Yes.
But you know what?
Yes, sir.
People like me, we are trying to make Nigeria to be healed. That is one of the reasons why we marry Igbo. I was 10 years old when I say I will not marry Yoruba, I want to marry Igbo.
God bless you.
That is, after the war, we are thinking of how Nigeria can be healed. And now we are now having Oluenon, and we are now having Mahmoud Malu, and we are having Agbero, President of Agbero of Nigeria.
Taking us 60 years backward again.
More than 50 years, Mayegun, this is a disgrace, and I believe Tomaniki Bomano, I'm living in South Africa. Are you Yoruba or Igbo? They say, Daddy, anywhere you go, I go. I say you be Ondo, no problem. But
Yorùbá ni wọ́n ẹ padà lọ sọ fún wọn pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni wọ́n ṣe ń gbọ́n sìn ilé bàbá ọmọ ń bọmọ lẹ́rù kò yé bàbá wọ́n ṣe láfíríkà lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n láfíríkà bàbá ọmọ òun ló lọ́mọ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ lẹ́yìn àgbà sọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Bàbá ọmọ
sà.
Òun ló lọ́mọ kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ èyí táwọn bàbá tí wàá fi sáwà lẹ́nu nìyẹn àwọn agbèrò kan ò ní gbà lẹ́nu wa kò yé.
Ami o. And Wakere Kodele Mayegun, you are a great leader.
Thank you, sir.
I thank you and I thank all the Mayegun followers, all the members of the Temple of Truth. May God Almighty continue to be with you in the name of our Lord. I pray today that Mayegun, Ani Pesa Fati, Ani Pesa Wati, nítorí Ọlọ́run, Ani Pesa Wati, mi ò gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa, because I live all my life with Igbo.
Yes, sir.
Let me give you testimony, Mayegun. Please give me 1 minute to give testimony.
Quickly.
I went to Nigeria before the lockdown, and my family was locked down in Nigeria. Wow. Do you know for 3 years, my in-law were Igbo. They are the one who pay for my house rent. I pay 500,000 for my house rent for 3 years. They send my student to school for 3 years. Let all Yoruba who àwọn agbèrè kọ́ rí pé nǹkan tí ìbò ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà àwọn tá a pè á ní Yorùbá à ń ṣe fúnra wa. So back if you learn work from a Yoruba man's hand, if you don't pay for freedom, you don't pay money, you will not go. They will not bless you. If you learn work from Igbo man's hand, after 5 years, become a millionaire. Mayegun, I'm very sad. Me only soon. But what you want to go by the way, I was very. Okay, Mayegun, I thank you so much.
Ìgbẹ́lẹ̀ tó kánlẹ̀ kò yé wọn ní ṣerú ẹ̀ mọ́ bọ́ ẹ bá mi sọ fáwọn ọmọ yẹn o Yorùbá ni wọ́n pọ́nbélé kò yé ọmọ Yorùbá ni wọ́n má mi dá òtún pa rárá àwọn ni wọ́n máa lọ tó Baba.
Mayegu, you are a therapy, you are a healing therapy, you are a miraculous. Gbogbo tá ń lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tá ń pariwo Jésù. Àti tún ara wa jẹ jù. Ọlọ́run adó tẹ̀ Mayegu.
A lè má wá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó yẹn náà. Kó ká ṣáà dúpẹ́, ká ṣáà máa dúpẹ́. Baba, kò ní bàjẹ́. Ẹ bá ń kí everybody, Nice one. So, I have another person on the line. Here. Hello.
Hello, Mayegu.
Sir.
How are you, my brother?
I am very well. How are you?
Yeah, fantastic. Nice to speak to you again.
It is a pleasure and good to have you. Please.
Yes. Now, everything is coming up now. The revelation is coming up. We are, Nigeria, we are heading to political Armageddon. This is going to be nightmare. It's going to be heavy crisis.
One single misfire. Now, we hear it from Nigeria, Baba. That's right.
If you monitor the activities, you just mentioned it today. You monitor the activities, what is happening.
Yeah.
The North is very quiet. It's like the North is not involved. What is going on? The crisis is in down south. All right. Everything that is happening now is
more in the south.
All right. That tells you this Fulani agenda, Arua agenda, they've mapped it completely, strategically. All right. Yes, and you know what is happening now? That this is an autocratic government. Well, it has been autocratic for a long time, from Buhari time.
That's right.
And this is not a democracy. For a long time, we know that. But it has gone to another level.
Yeah, I call it pseudo-democratic government. It's like something that looks like democratic government, but it has nothing in similarity to democracy at all. Pseudo.
Absolutely. I call Nigeria today. I call Nigeria today. And people are supposed to make phone calls. Yeah, you can't make phone calls. People are monitoring you. So what people are monitoring? So very soon now, they'll be using security service to pick people up. And this is what is going to happen.
Already, Baba, they've started already. As we are talking right now, there are people that have been penciled down in Nigeria. They will pick them up soon. They just need something to give to say, okay, we are arresting them for this reason. See, they know that there could be any crisis in Nigeria soon. There could be revolution. There could be protests that become violent. There could be a total shutdown of the country. So what they are trying to do now is that they are now profiling and choosing people they are going to pick. I can tell you this, just one single mistake, everything will just be like...
Everything will explode.
Sure you get.
Right. Now we have the solution for this. We have the solution for this. We are the majority.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yes,
we are the majority. We are the majority. And what is going to happen now is that when something starts, people go underground. Yeah. Okay. But even if you put God Tinubu today, I guarantee you, we will make that government to be ungovernable.
Trust me, I'll be one of those that will, in fact, touch and then I turn my searchlight on them. And you know what? There will be so much to bring out from them. Do you think Buhari is corrupt? Let's wait for them. Do you think Buhari is tyrannical or dictatorial? Let's wait for them. In fact,
and they are pushing us now. We are heading. One point again. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Please.
They are pushing us now. We are heading to armed struggle. Yeah, this is going to result to armed struggle. Yeah, everybody will start learning how to make bombs. Trust me. What's happening? They don't understand what is going on. Now, what people have to understand, I'm talking to my people, the Biafran people, the Oduduwa people should be talking. Those groups like Oduduwa, Biafran, that should be given support, real support now. And
we are embarking on a massive reorientation as we speak, my brother. Us in Yoruba land, especially the team that I belong to, right? We are embarking on a massive reorientation right now that in another few weeks or months, right? People will be shocked that the people that the politicians are counting on, they will turn around. They will never be here again. We are working on that. We are working on that. But continue, please.
Yes.
then one other thing that will change the situation. You know what? These politicians, for a long time, I can understand. You know, when these people have used poverty to weaponize people. People are very scared. Sometimes, you know, when you are hungry, you don't want to go and fight. But what they don't understand that these guys, they're getting scared now. The moment they push us to the war and they start to be political assassination, some of them that we know that, some of them know that we are very serious.
That's right.
When I'm not saying anything. When this man who came to TV today and talk rubbish, or the former governor of the APC, when such a people start having and somebody and the guys start to volunteer, because you know, have you seen what is happening in Nigeria today?
Yep.
Trust me, if it happened to somewhere in the Western world, they will assassinate some of them.
By now, they won't keep quiet for this long. We all know that. See, as corrupt as they say Brazil is corrupt, Peru is corrupt, that one is corrupt, Chile is corrupt. What do you call it? This guy where, you know, all those places they say South Americans that are corrupt, Baba, every now and then when they troop out, even their corrupt criminal leaders, they run away. But like you said, if they see half of what Nigerians have been through and what their leaders have actually got away with, if they see that in all those South African countries, South American countries, now war, no, it no go be protest, now war. But look at Nigeria.
Absolutely.
We are still praying.
We are still praying, keeping quiet. You see, and that's why they're taking advantage of us.
I know.
And the reason they're taking advantage of this is because of this. So when this is realize what the hell is, instead of me to live like this, I might as well die.
Just die. And before I die, I'm not going to just die like that. Once people begin to reach that stage, even all these guys will run. I know that. And I think they do too. And thank you, Baba, so much. I think we are beginning to have a delay convo there.
You know, I like what is going on. I like what is going on now in Nigeria. You know,
which of them? A lot is going on, Baba. Which of them do you actually like?
You see,
go on.
I remembered my friend today. Something I told him because when the Peter Obi came out,
yep,
you notice that America gave him citizenship.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, check it out. America gave him citizenship,
like honorary, yeah,
because. Yeah, I think the Georgia, they gave him citizenship.
Right. I remember that. I think I remember that. But I think that was ceremonial. Was it something real? You know about?
That citizenship is what is happening today. Is the preparation of what is happening today.
Tell us.
If you see the way Americans are taking Nigerian issue with this election, you know. They are trying a way to come inside
even UK don't retrace. UK don't retrace back what they said before. The congratulations they gave before. They have withdrawn them.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. They prepared this, but since long time they don't know how to come in. And the new world order, things are changing. Mali chased France away. Germany is now there in France. German soldiers are there in France. But Malians, they are not complaining. So what is happening today in Nigeria is what they have been planning. And I believe NSAS is the one that gave birth to all these things.
I know. It's part of.
Because if you watch the way the Americans are talking, you will see the way, you see, they are now, in fact, they are talking as if Nigeria is their own country now. But due to Nigeria is a sovereign state, they cannot just come in. So Shetima and Tinubu are good subjects to come inside. Shetima, I believe his name is on terrorist watch.
Well, I'll believe that.
And Tinubu is already in their black. And Tinubu is already in their blacklist.
The drug runner.
And they did this mago with the election with masses, and the masses want to change. So that's another one. Then there's something you said about obedience.
Right.
You showed the picture of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Chief Judge, that Supreme Court
the
judge.
CJN now, Chief Justice of Nigeria, yeah?
Yeah.
Ariwola.
Yeah, this is exactly what happened.
Justice
this is
Ariwola.
None of them will hide anywhere. Fasoye just put himself in radar today.
Yeah.
He just put himself in radar. He's gone. They will put fire on his ass. He can never hide again. You saw in ESAS, there was accountability. There you find tolerance.
Yes, accountability.
There you find unity.
Love, unity, support.
You see cooperation. You see humanity. Where they are giving police food and water.
I remember.
And they are doing social work all together. They are picking their dustbin. They are cleaning the road.
Everywhere, tidying things up. Orderliness.
And Tinubu and his boy now killed CEOs, managers,
the future scientists,
youths,
researchers,
the future scientists,
investors.
They put everything. Even for the first time in Nigeria, I had hotline. Barrister, when you need a lawyer, is there. When you need security, there's a telephone line separate. The way it's working in West. So they kill them. That is why you're seeing all these things now. They can never hide anywhere in this world. They can never. And very soon, their children will start denying them. Their children will start running away from them.
Like if you see someone, you say, Chooks, Nwabara.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Let me say, where's that one? Okorocha. Hey, Chinwe. Chinyere Okorocha. I say, no, I'm not Chinyere Okorocha. I'm Chinyere Okoro. Say,
they will denounce their name because their father will not have peace. That's all I want to say. Revolution is coming, and they are cooking it.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
They are cooking it very well, and that's why they projected Malamuku to come to Chatham House to disgrace himself, to put everything he would do. You know the white. You know the West. The West, they want black and white.
Straightforward.
They want everything in black and white. So they brought him out in Chatham House to disgrace himself with beavers, electoral laws, what he would do, how sweet it is. At the end of the day, he did another thing.
That's what they said now. They said he came to them. So he said he would do this and then he's done something else. They are so disappointed.
Yes, they are gone. Then MC Oluomo. Just watch. America will deal with him.
So, brother,
and so I want to
take another one.
I want to last minute, 1 minute, just 1 minute. I want to put a little warning to my innocent brothers, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, or whatever in Facebook. Americans and with the West now, they are using West in Facebook. Don't cruise in Facebook if you're not going to play this game. So don't use it to cruise. It's very, very serious issue.
Don't go there and
Thank you so much.
Just cruising. It's just for cruise. You don't mean it.
Yes.
You might actually be answering.
It's very, very serious issue.
I like that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll take another call. Here, I have see, my caller. Can you hang on for me for a second? Sorry. So I want to ask everyone who is still watching, okay, good enough. Yeah, we still have thousands of us right there on YouTube. But if you're watching me right now and you think you haven't really stopped by to drop your own offering, like the broadcast, well, this might be the best time for you to do that as we are winding up now, like things are coming towards the end of the program. You don't want to jail Gulowo, do you? Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Sorry for keeping you waiting, right? Here, you are live.
Yes.
Please.
All right. Yeah, thank you. I'm calling from UK.
Brilliant, sir. It's good to have you. I mean, it's a pleasure to have you here. Please.
Yeah. I really enjoy what you're doing. In Nigeria, we need some honest people like you. Just say it as it is. You just saying it as it is. And that's exactly how it is. I'm just enjoying the program.
Brilliant. I know it can be funny, right? Sometimes, right, it can also be very annoying, okay? But nevertheless, it will always be very truthful, okay? And whenever I make mistakes or say something I believe that I come to realize that it's wrong, I am one of those that always come back to say, well, you remember what I said yesterday? Oh, that's not what happened. I figured it out again. Now, whatever I say, you can count on that, okay? It will always be truthful. And I appreciate the fact that you acknowledge that. But when you said it and laughing, you make it look like you are funny. Like it's not always funny, sir.
No. It's a serious business.
It is.
What is happening in Nigeria now is a serious business.
It is.
Everybody. We don't have any other place apart from Nigeria. So
for now we don't.
I always, key into the program, and I like to be, follow things up, even though we are in diaspora. But
you can always count on me. Stay with us. You will never, ever miss any of the things going on in Nigeria. You can count on us. Always.
Definitely. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Stay tuned, okay? Good night, sir.
No,
thank you, sir. So I have that caller who enjoys every bit of the show, and they just had to express it. Hello, sir.
Baba.
How far?
Okay, I greet you, Baba. You don't tell. You don't tell. I've been busy. I have not been able. I have not been able to communicate with you for long, even watch the program, because work.
I know.
You not give me that privilege.
Especially that one you just said now, work. It's so painful, right?
Exactly.
That you want to do your favorite stuff, but you still have to work anyway. And then it's so hard when you have to watch alone. It's not always interesting to watch alone, is it? Especially when you have to watch with everybody live. It's much better. So I'm glad you made it tonight.
That's true. So, I am calling from Italy. Okay.
Go on. Mm-hmm.
My contribution is this. This program, definitely, you remember, you could remember everybody though. I used to join the family sermon.
I remember. Once you begin to talk, I'll begin to go to that part of my brain that I've heard this before. But I'll let you continue, please.
Yeah. Remember I told you that time we talk about church issue, and I said, thank God I find a new church when I started watching your program.
Right.
On Sunday,
I'm from Italy. I remember you.
Exactly.
I remember you now. I do.
Yeah. Now, back to the issue on the ground.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All the dirty politics, I can't even call them leader anymore because I don't live in the system for a very long time.
It's a shame to call them one.
Today, as it is now, this is the time for us to unite ourselves. Because I could remember when everybody was agitating for their own best, based on the tribal or whatever. Thank God that thing is not happening now. If we can join force and bring back the Nigeria we believe in, without enmity, without hatred, we are going to achieve our aim.
It would have been wonderful.
We are just emphasizing on Lagos, the rubbish the Yoruba people are doing in Lagos, that the people want to claim the land, they want to use politics to bobo people. We shouldn't base it on Lagos alone. The way we take NSAS internationally, national and internationally, this issue will happen like that. This 2023 general election should be a topic of everybody, both in Nigeria and overseas, should come together and work and bring back the beauty for the country. Because I love one word from Mr. Peter Obi. The man used to say he did not contest for election. He said Nigeria contested through him.
That's right.
So it is we now. That man is just a forefront for the Nigerians, the Nigerian youth, the people that.
I mean, Baba, look at something that actually it's kind of make me feel sad for people, right? That how low people can go simply because of political office and the rest of that. Okay, this guy he went to the church and he said, "You Nigerians here, take back your country. None of you buy food cheaper because you are a Christian or a Muslim and all that." He left there. He went to go and meet the students. Yeah, he met the student. He said, "Take back your country. You deserve this, you deserve that, you deserve this, you deserve that," right? Then he went on to go and meet the people in IDP camp. He said, take back your country from the looters who have put you in this place. Take back your country. Guess what? They are campaigning that he said Christians should take back their country from Muslims. And that is why he's promoting religious division. I was like, oh, does that mean that when he told the people in IDP camp, refugees in IDP camp, to take back their country, was he saying that...
you understand that game.
Sure you get.
But you understand their life.
You see, that's how they play all the game. And it's a shame that people actually fall for them, Baba. People fall for them. Oh.
Exactly. They will change the narrative. When they say that you are on point, they will change the narrative, they will change the story. That you don't understand anything again. But, well, look, Mayelu, you are doing a very commendable. Even if we don't praise you, I don't see you as somebody who is ready to back down because I believe you on the forefront.
No, Baba, we are just trying to be nice. Baba, may I tell you something, Back in the days, I'm always like angry like that. So people will be wondering, am I going to calm down now? Am I going to be no? Am I going to share you get? But when I now realize that I've got so much and so many people here that it is not how angry I am that will get the message to them. It is how coordinated and articulate I am that will get the message to them. Share you get? So I started adjusting and adjusting and adjusting. Gentleman, gentleman will be say, I am so happy that we have a lot of people here who believe that this is very impactful. It gets them thinking, and a lot of people find their talking point when they meet all these guys. What can I say to them when they say something? When they remember that they are my goes diary political baba, they say, I know what to say to them. I know what to say now. Anytime I meet them, I know what to respond. And I'm grateful to everybody who actually spend the evening with me all the time to get to this level. Baba, thank you.
God bless you. You are doing wonderfully well.
God bless you.
Because not everybody can have this sacrifice that you sacrifice. Because when that you are there, tackling them, do everything, they don't believe somebody had that courage can come out. But that God has used you, God is going to elevate you.
Thank you so much,
let me give our people time to talk. There are many more of these ahead.
You should have a good evening. I appreciate you. So yeah, I have another caller on the line. And we only have just about 15 minutes to go. How are you, sir? Right. Well, everybody can hear you now. Go on. Hello. Okay.
I'm 10 years old.
Sorry, Mrs. or Miss to start with. Is that right?
I'm a sir.
Oh, you are a sir. Okay, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
You are very fine. So let me get you right. Do you have mom and dad there?
I'm working with my dad a lot.
Oh, you are with your mom and dad, are you?
Yeah.
SOB. You know, but anyway, you didn't let it go well. How you doing, Baba?
You have to joke over here. Papi is watching my ego. Say hello to our Gio.
From the temple. How are you?
On the temple.
I mean,
my ego, Oribi, Arufai shock about Jeleni.
About Sokoni, me what you hold the back or the stage called that.
Really, constant in the air.
Sir?
Because that's my favorite truth, constant in the air. If I listen to this program, to buy joke very, very well. Go actively saying what he has done in Ekiti. Gbogbo ọ̀nà ti lọ́mọ táwọn náà àwọn náà ti ń wò bá ọmọ náà ṣe lè direct bọ́n ṣe wà yẹn o.
Ẹ náà ọmọ ẹ̀ kí lórúkọ ọmọ ẹ̀ yẹn náà ṣé ọlọ́run jù àbí kí ló ń jẹ́ yẹn náà.
ọmọ ẹ̀ kan wà orúkọ Igbo ló ń jẹ́ o ọmọ ẹ̀ kan wà orúkọ Igbo ló ń jẹ́. I could remember when Obasanjo visited him in Ekiti tó ń sọ fún pé ayọ̀ ó ní ọ̀nà 4 billion sí poultry project ṣé ìgbé adìyẹ òkè ń rùn ni.
These
are days
These are days so do I believe things are not changing. Or you believe I mama remain in that kind of a past.
And he's he convinced himself that he's talking sense when he's actually talking nonsense, sir.
I believe Kibaloye ló máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ máa fi ṣeun wérù fún àìtó jẹ́ pé òun tiẹ̀ á fún ẹni bó ṣe yẹ kó ṣe rí. Ó dẹ̀ ṣókè lẹ́nu ó dẹ̀ ń mímọ́ òkè à ṣé máa ò ní ní ìdí oxygen láì. Because bó ṣe ń breathe yẹn ó ń breathe pé kí ní small question tó ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀gá. Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ ká máa live that kind of constant life that you live in the past yẹn ni àbí you want to change? I'm telling you, rubbish number kiri change yẹn dẹ̀ máa dé oṣù ọ̀jù.
A padà ṣóòkì wọn.
Oh my God! Mo mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ a máa sápọn àdáìsì yẹn because ó mọ̀ pé ibẹ̀ ni tútù máa wà.
Confess na ẹni tó confess ni pé
he has one attitude when anytime he's on program. Ó máa fẹ́ take charge ni. Òsèlú òjò take it. Did you know that that lady Ayo finally asked him that question again? The same question. The same question.
You know something, sir? It's Nigerian thing, They love to throw their weight around. And guess what? The people who actually indulges them, they tolerate them. They'll say, show mental
I tell you.
Say, yes, it's okay. Don't talk like that. Mental Basaroni. So who is that? Former IG former IG of police. It's a former senator. If he pick up the phone now, he can just call somebody and he can just take you away. I say, hey, I didn't know that. Sorry, sir.
Even though prayer to go jáde lẹ́nu ẹ̀ lẹ́ni pé prayer ti wà fún olórí sí jẹ́. Ó gbọ́ tó ló máa kò wà fọ́mà àtọ̀. Ó ló máa remove kíní ẹ̀. Ó máa remove ẹ̀ o.
Kó máa lọ. Stop the interview. Kó máa lọ. You remove this.
Stop the interview. Èyí former governor èyí ó ṣe.
Èyí former governor.
Báwo ṣe tó jẹ́ pé tó bá jókòó sórí program ní Èkìtì rá máa kọrin bí orin awo.
Àwọn èèyàn máa ń kúnlẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ní Fayose tèmi mọ̀ nígbà tó ṣe ń jẹ́ Ayọ̀ Fayose lẹ́kìtì. Àwọn èèyàn máa ń kúnlẹ̀ síwájú ẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀.
Òṣòkò mọ́lẹ̀. Ó rí bàbá yẹn ṣe kọ́kọ́ fà á ni. Ó
máa kúnlẹ̀ síwájú ẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Kò sí
bó ṣe tó lè dùn. Ó kọ́kọ́ romance ẹ̀ ni. Rufai kọ́kọ́ romance ẹ̀ pé Òṣòkò Peter the Rock inú ẹ̀ náà dùn. Bàbá yẹn kàn pé sledgehammer. Àmà ńlá ó kàn lámọ̀ láwùjẹ ṣéèjì ni. Ó wá ṣóòkù.
Bàbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní
bí. Ẹ bá mi sọ pé ó tún padà wá lọ́la o. Ó tún padà wá lọ́la kó wá ta á mà kìkì. Ọmọ Rufai yẹn mi ò mọ bí tó ti rẹ́nu tiẹ̀ wọ́n jó ẹnu ẹ̀. Ṣéèkì ló lámbà ẹ̀. Tí bá sọ pé mo jókòó lónìí, mo dẹ̀ ń play ẹ̀. Mo ń syllableize gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ. I was just listening to him. Ibo ni bàbá ẹ̀ ti rí àmà ẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ mọ́ padà time yẹn. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ríru ti ọ̀nà
kò ní bàjẹ́ SOB. Thank you so much. Can you nice evening, Ẹ bá mi kí young man yẹn o. Ara ìsọ̀rọ̀ wa dáadáa. I'm going to take just one more now, and I am going to call it tonight. Hello there.
Hello, Father Jew.
Kábíyèsí o.
African wà lágọ̀gọ̀ mo ní láti bá sọ̀rọ̀. Kò mo ti send message kan sí lórí WhatsApp.
Lórí WhatsApp àbí okay. Ẹ jẹ́ kí mi lọ máa wá yẹn. Kẹ́yìn deliver message yín bí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí mi lọ máa wá ìtẹ́ send sí mi yẹn, right? But yín lè go ahead kẹ́yìn sọ àbí tó bá pé gọ́dọ̀ kan bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ fún mi nìyẹn nìkan ni o.
African wàhálà. Okay, African wàhálà. Ẹni tó cover district ti máa MC Olúọmọ tó ń live ibi tó ń gbé. Ní Riverdale, orúkọ ẹ̀ ní David Scott. 13 district David Scott.
Scott, okay. David Scott.
Yes. 13th district congressman of Georgia ní. So 13 district ló cover.
Right.
13 district.
Right.
And cover. So phone number ó wà nù kan tí mo send sí.
Mo máa lọ́wọ́ jáde sí mo máa forward there. Yeah.
Website ẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀. Ó lè forward the petition yẹn sí. Even tó bá fẹ́ deliver in person, I can deliver it in person.
As well. God bless you, sir. What I'm going to do is that Moma Fu African Wahala, the number.
I know his office.
Go on, sir.
Yes, you can give me my number, and I know
his office. Reach out to you on WhatsApp as well, and then you can always take it up from there.
Both direct call, I don't care.
Both direct, no wahala. God bless you, sir. So
no problem, sir.
Any other one? Just before you go, sir. Is that right?
gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ló ti sọ kò
Ọ̀rọ̀ ti sọ right.
All
right.
Ó ti bóyá rí.
God bless you, sir. Can you nice one? Oh,
Baba.
Stay safe, yeah, nice one. So, let's call it a night. I know there's so many other people who wants to call in, okay, but let's call it a night because there is so much to look forward to this weekend. I mean, from Nigeria, any of them that explode first, you will also be the first to know. If you join us midway, I advise you to probably watch this from the start. It's quite interesting with, you know, the tag arresting Obi and Datti, the secret prayer of the obedient to show to Nigeria what they did with their political revolution that happened, that they got robbed. They want to show it to them. And Keyamo, fraudsters Keyamo Otobo, is leading that charge. Let's hope DSS will take the bait. And some said if they arrest him, nothing will happen. I also want to see if that is true. Whatever happens, just make sure you don't die for any of the politicians, I would say. Don't die in their war. That's not something you say to the obedient, because they will tell you it's our war. And if we have to die, we will. I am just here to help you keep the record as usual. Like, anyway, thank you for spending your evening, your morning, your afternoon with me. It depends on where you are watching from. Please, I will see you some other time. And until then, remember, you can still like this video. You can still subscribe to my channel. You can support me, right, by being a member of my YouTube channel, right? And you can cancel any of this anytime too, okay? I hope I see you some other time. Until then, stay safe and stay sharp. Don't fall for their propaganda. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun sọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Máyégún máa wí. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Máyégún máa wí. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ayé ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.